A320.
Hello, Russ. We sat together the other day.
Do it again. F Company, 2nd Battalion, 24th Regiment.
4th Marine Division. A324, okay.
A324.
H&S, 24.
Mike Murbosh, Charlie Country, 24th, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th Marine Division.
Company B, 4th Tank Battalion.
I belong to him.
The best battery in the United States Marine Corps, 3rd Battalion, 8th Battery, 14th Marines. Right up.
Don't forget him.
You have some. I have some.
I don't know what to say.
Name and company.
Bill Overman, 2F24.
Pat Zimmerman, 3 Headquarters 24.
Sam Gordon, 3-odd 24.
John H. Cordone, F&G, 24th.
Go ahead.
My name is Rudy Rudloff. I was with 1st Joiner South Signal Company and all 4 invasions of the 4th Marine Division.
Go ahead.
I'm Andy Andrews. I was with the Special Weapons.
Edward Boza, Special Weapons, 4th Marine Division.
Lee Flaney, M10,
Carl Peterson, A Company, 10th Amtrak.
33 years. Joe Buck, 10th Amphibian Tank.
Go ahead. Say something.
Okay.
Name and company.
25th Marine.
B Company, 1st Battalion, 25th Marines.
We have two
We let them in just to take over our life.
I'm ready tonight.
I'll take my meeting well.
Regimental Weapons, 24th.
CO 3rd Battalion, 23rd. B Company, 3rd Battalion, 25th.
Howard Withers, C Company, 4th Pioneers. Ralph Smith, C Company Pioneer.
Bill Morrow, C Company, 4th Pioneer.
Joe Nyko, C Company, 4th Pioneer. Start with you.
B.
Yeah. Tell us your name and company.
John Lewis, Company C, 3rd Pioneer.
Hollingsworth, C Pioneer Battalion. Grant Fleet, C Company Pioneer. Roger Reynolds, C Company Pioneer.
Ray Catania, C Company Pioneer.
14.
You get your minutes after the
Louisville, Kentucky. Bill Marshall, Company B, 4th Tank Battalion. Bob Sumner, Headquarters Company, 2nd Battalion, 24th.
You have to know George Mazarakis of B Company Tank Battalion.
Ken Russell, WG-14, Phoenix, Arizona.
I would like to say, it's a pleasure being here at the 4th Marine Division reunion. And these fellas and these girls are just lovely, lovely, lovely. I love everyone, and I love you too.
Name and company.
Start with me now.
Second Battalion, Knox Company, 25th Regiment. My name is Dan Marini.
Lena Watterson, Ardmore, Oklahoma, F Company, 2nd Battalion, 25th Marine.
Stan Ellis, F Company, 2nd Battalion, 25th Marine. I love you too, darling. Alex Allen, F Company,
guys chew out the 25. And no one else is welcome.
Andy Farmer, F Company, 2nd Battalion, 25th Marines.
No. That belongs with you.
He wants you to talk.
Name and
He wants
company.
you to talk. Name and company.
No dark one. Light clear.
Name, name and company. Name and company.
Me, Frank Galvin, Headquarters Company, 1st Battalion, 25th Regiment.
Bill Stevenson, Headquarters Company, Dog Company, 1st Battalion, 25th Regiment.
Rufus Phillips, Headquarters Company, 125.
Oh, Greg Kelly, Headquarters Company, 25. Thank you. Company B Engineers. Chuck Shield, Company B Engineers.
John Devine, B Company Engineers. Bob Stryker, B Company Engineers. Mike Nadia, Company B Engineers, and my wife Julie. Engineer Battalion. That's my wife.
He's right behind me if he wants to see
Frank Beckman, B Company Engineers.
if he comes by.
Angelo Stells, C Company, Tank Battalion. My wife, Evelyn. Parents, Dewey, B Company Engineers. My first wife, Selma. B.J. Cook, H&S 414th Regiment. And F.
First Gas Car.
I'm Doug Saylor. I'm with my father.
Warren Matthews, 1C25.
Robert Bull? No. Warren McClintock, 1C25.
He didn't want the label of it.
My name is Steve Discavich. I was with Headquarters Company, 2nd Battalion, 24th Marines, and also the H&S Company, 24th Marines.
We're videotaping the tape.
My wife, Norma.
And you tape, if you want to use your name and your company, you're welcome.
I was with Bill Armstrong. I was with the 14th Marines, and then with the 23rd Marines. 3K25.
What's your name?
Daryl Bryant.
Are with him. Henry Kitchler. Glen Army, Illinois.
Name and company.
John Lake, Engineer Battalion. Tell them who you are.
Name and company.
I'm Kip, 4th Engineer Battalion.
Yeah. Sing him a song while you got the camera on.
Name and company.
Well, some of us, most of us are H&S 24. Scouts and Sniper Platoon.
What's your name?
My name is Butch Dumay, Jack Stearns, right there. His wife Sandy.
Like Distinguished Sergeant, Platoon Sergeant.
Did he say this is my wife? My one and only.
And what was your name?
Roy Tenby and H&S 2nd Battalion, 14th.
Well, what was your name again?
Jack Stern, S-T-E-A-R-N. Scout and Bat Platoon, formerly a map reader. Although I couldn't read maps.
Tom Keating, Headquarters Company, 1st Battalion, 25th, Central Science.
K Company, 3rd Battalion. Jones, Audley.
Ollie Emmerling, Headquarters 125.
Two Headquarters, 23rd. George Coker,
Box Battery, 2nd Battalion, 14th Marines. Francis Jose, 1B, 24.
Stanislaw Fontaine, Scout Sniper, 25th Marines, 4th Division.
Calhoun, 1st Battalion, 25th Marines.
Oh. Bert Morgan, Charlie Company.
Give me your name. Name and company.
Art Barry.
Jim Dace. I'm with my Uncle Bert.
No,
Well,
don't take
I'm-
those four.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh, here.
I may not.
Here's what was
I may not come back, so I better get you now. Now I'll point to you. I'll point to you whenever I'm ready.
BA and Marguerite Irons. Hilda Barton and Margaret Barton.
Name and company.
2nd Battalion, 23rd Marines. Rank 86.
I'm Bob Fletcher, Headquarters Company, 1st Battalion, 25th Marines.
Name and company.
George Schuster, 1st Battalion, 25th Regiment.
Fred Alberry, my wife Mary, 1st Battalion, Headquarters Company, 25th Regiment.
Norm Delay and my wife Betty, E Company, 25th Regiment.
Herbert L. Fleming, 3 H&S 14. Bob Frickey, my wife Frances, Major, 1st Battalion, 25th, 1st Battalion, 24th, President Brigadier General.
Headquarters Company, 1st Battalion, 23rd Marines. Name and company.
Somehow, 2nd Battalion, 14th Marines.
I'm a guest of this gentleman here.
He's Army.
Norwood's 1st Casco. Norv Lang, 1st Casco.
Give me your name one more time.
Rollo Eberhard.
Okay.
I'm Anita Miller. I'm Bert Miller's wife. Yeah, who was sitting
Give me your name and company. Name and company.
Charlie Miller, 3I, 25. Wilbur R. Rhodey, Headquarters Company, 2nd Battalion, 24th Marines.
Ed Pearson, 3I, 14.
Don Cooper, 3I, 25.
Here he comes.
Company.
Okay, E.A. Miller, 1823.
You're having a great time in St. Louis. Okay?
Very good.
Name and company.
Pat Costello. Company B, 1st Battalion, 24th Marines. Brett W. Havens, 2nd Battalion, Fox Battery, 14th Marines.
Tom O'Donnell, M Battery, 14th Marines.
24th Marines, 4th Marine Division. George Jones, weapons.
Second Battalion.
Good line.
Headquarters Company, 3rd Battalion, 24th.
Headquarters Company, 3rd Battalion.
Ray Suggs, Company L, 3rd Battalion, 24th Marines.
You're up there.
Bill Skaggs, Headquarters Company, 3rd Battalion, 24th, 81 Mortars.
Glad you like. Oscar Morrell, Red Mill Weapons, 25th. And at 24th.
What was your name again?
Steve Wattow, it's Irish.
Okay.
Condelair Rifkin. Don't believe it. I was with Somerset Supply.
Bob Levin. Wasn't able, she come.
First.
Give me your name and company.
Please.
What? Who?
Name and company.
Name your company.
Company 2G, 2nd Battalion, 24th Marines, 4th Marine Division. Field duty, first class.
Norman Grammer, 2G 24, 4th Marine Division.
Michael Esposito and Mrs. Esposito. 2G 24. Russell Wilson, White Lois.
Jane Ward, Clement.
I thought he was going to be the speaker.
Fred Norgate, G224. My wife Rita.
Name and company. Jamel Lippman's company, 25th Marines, 2nd Battalion. What's your name? Steve Collins, my wife Jean. Name and company. Joe Fox. What's your name?
G Company, 23rd Marine.
Bob Rainey, Company G, 23rd Marine.
John Remke, Company G, 23rd Marine.
Al Tracy, D Battery, 14th. John Goodall, 4th Signal Company.
Bob Haynes, 14th Regiment. Chuck Orton, 4M14.
Roger Max Fry, 4th Battalion, H&S 14.
Joe Krakowski, 1A 25.
I'm Irv Wiswall from Canandaigua, New York. I was in headquarters company, and I'm having a hell of a good time there in St. Louis.
Jinx and Charlotte, we're out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and we're happy to be here.
Not buying it.
I'm Margaret Unger, and I've just been made an honorary member of the 4th Marine Division for my work on the reunion. St. Louis, Missouri.
Margaret Unger is a former Marine. She joined on the 13th of February, 1943, the first day that the women Marines were formed. My number, Jeff Brown. I'm cracked. Glad to be here.
Why aren't you on the line?
What year did they come?
Mr. and Mrs. Clarence Kelly, we're from North Carolina, originally from Pennsylvania. I was in the 81 Corps, 25th Marines.
From 2F23. Don Millis, 2F23.
John Gardner, 2F23, and my wife Ed.
That Berger, 2F23, my wife Parma.
Tom Wadlow, 2F23. Sue.
John and Nora Tucker, 3L25.
Rose and Sam Greco.
3L25.
Walt and Teresa Conchak from Ford, New Jersey, 3K25.
Earl and Keno Dunlap, San Diego, 3L25.
I'm Art, and this is my wife Irma, and we're 3L25, and we're from Peru, Illinois.
Entry, Company L, 3rd Battalion, 25th. Fulton, New York. John Halliburton, 3rd Battalion, Company L. Albert Taylor, Company L, 3rd Battalion, 25th Regiment. Company L, 3rd Battalion, 25th Regiment. C.B. Wright, L Company, 3rd Battalion, 25th Marines. One of a 24 group from F Company, 23rd Regiment, 4th Marine Division. We're participating here with good friends that we have to see in some cases for 45 years. The Hips, the Stewarts, the Harold Douglases, the Emanuels, and our sister over here. We have 4 tables here this evening, and we're pleased to be in attendance.
F Company, second F Company. There's 3 F Company cables. 1, 2, and number 3. 2F23.
Let's the line off. Oh, wait, let's talk.
Yes, all right.
You can do your thing first.
I am proud to present to you E Company 2nd Battalion, 23rd Marines, 4th Marine Division, that hit Roy Namor, Cyclontinium, and Iwo Jima. Mr. Grana, pardon me, Corporal Grana, his lovely wife.
Where? Corporal Grana, now known as Esquire. My wife, Rachel.
Rachel.
You get your...
B-Tank. B-Tank.
And the famous Rose Kasim Angeluzio from E Company, 2nd Battalion, 23rd, and this lovely lady, Mary Fruit, whose husband was with us on all the invasions in the Pacific. E Company is proud to say that we won the war in the Pacific. Amen.
Oh, what company is this?
E Company, 23rd Marines, 2nd Battalion.
Okay.
Conrad, you're supposed to say your names and your rank and everything else.
Well, that's a
Colonel. All the ladies and gentlemen.
Edwin L. Davis. I serve with F Company, 2nd Battalion, 23rd Marines in all 4 operations.
Burning Glory Greenberg, Easy Company, 24th Marines, 2nd Platoon.
Burning 3rd, 10th Amphibian Tractor Battalion, C Company, 2nd Platoon.
Joe Henry Albert, R&D Company, R&W Company, 27th Marines.
Rail Company I, 24th Marines, 3rd Division. 4th Division. 3rd Battalion.
I Company, 3rd Battalion, 24th. Bob Silcox. Ronnie Hart, I Company, 24th, 4th Marine Division.
Left fork, 81 Motors, 3rd Battalion, 24th Marines.
3rd Battalion, Headquarters Company, 24th.
What's your name again? Your name?
Houston Vineyard, 3rd Division.
Bill Bull, Regimental Weapons 25, Medical.
Rocco Zarillo, Honorary Member, 3M24.
Jack Hall, I Company, 24th.
He whispered, he wasn't sure.
Joseph Baitlowski, Regimental Weapons, 25th.
Bill Barnes, Regimental Weapons 25th and Division Ordnance.
Hi, we're from 1A25, the brightest, greatest outfit in the entire division.
Name and
Don't we
company.
forget.
Bill Connors.
Name and company.
I'm Bill Dickens. No, I was going to say something.
Stangelos, J.
Ellen Kaminsky, the chick in the outfit.
Ellen Kaminsky.
The name and company.
Stangelos, J. Was Palashi, and the missus.
Division Headquarters, Recon. Name and company.
Name and, go ahead, give me the name and company.
Bob Reeves, C Company, 1st Battalion, 24th.
You want to do it?
David Stanfield, C Company, 24th. Tom Tuglo, C Company, 24th.
Maury Epstein. A Company and C Company, 1st Battalion, 25th Marines.
Give me your name and company.
I'm Bob Summers, C-125. I'm Ernie Cortara, C-125.
I got over that.
A-125, Takanchik.
Or name again.
25.
Give me your name one more time.
Bill Boothby.
Hey, John Lane is my name. Teaching history was my game. And I was at Long Island University for 29 years before I took early retirement.
Name and company.
C Company, 2nd Battalion, 25th Marines. My name is Robert Piper. I'm from State School officer. I work for the telephone company for 25 years.
Name and company.
Bob Hooper Carter,
K Battery, 4th Battalion, 14th Marines. I'm a retired man. Sure damn proud of it.
I'm Bob DePriest from Nashville, Tennessee. I was a corpsman with A Company, 1st Battalion, 23rd Marines, and I'm an archivist with the Tennessee State Library and Archives.
Did you too?
No. Leon Roberts, I was H&S 23rd, and I was a runner. And I worked with H.J. Heinz Company 26 years and took early retirement.
I'm Jack Schofield, K Battery, 4th Battalion, 14th Marines.
Name and company.
They call me Double Clutch, 4th Battalion, 14th Marines. I'm Ken Bradshaw, the best guy in there ever fit. 4th Battalion, 14th Marines.
R.T. Appling, 3L25.
Bob Razzo, K Battery, K14, and my wife, Armida Razzo.
Emma Yolnowski, 14.
And I'm his sweetie. I'm not married to him, but I've been living all these years, 43 years. We're living in sin.
Jack Coladino, K Battery, 14.
Bill Richards, K Battery, 14.
Name, Lou Steinbacher.
Fourth Signal Company, George Preston. Bob Nussbaum, 4th Signal.
14th Marines, Red Nicholson.
Headquarters Company, 1st Battalion, 24th Marines, Paul Major. Bowden, Marldale, Pennsylvania.
Ollie Bearcat, H&S Company, 25th Marines. Charlie Nestle Smith, 20th Marines. Vern Neeson, 24th.
John Swoboda, 24th Regiment. Ford from Collingswood, New Jersey. I'm from E Company, 2nd Battalion, 25th Marines.
Take off, that's 2E25, New Jersey. Simon?
Give your name and company.
Name right there.
My name? Simon Pep. 2E25. Got it, man. Andy Melishko, 2E25. Where are you from? From where? Oh, San Marcos.
Name and company.
That's done. You're done. Esperanza, 2E25, California.
Name and company.
Turn around, man.
My name is Donald Duggar. I'm Keystone Heights, Florida. 2E, 25th Marines.
I'm Fred Witt from Arlington, Virginia. I'm from 2E25.
Name.
Dale Johnson.
Name and
2E25, Don Ellison outfit. Hugh Fitch, memorial member for Dwight Fitch, who was killed in action on Saipan. 2E25.
Name and company.
Oh, Dave Getman, 2G25.
Carroll.
Ewald, G25.
Thomas, G25.
Brenton, G25.
Stevens, 2G5, 25.
And Whitcomb, 2G25.
Kelly Company, 1st Battalion, 24th. My name's John C. Braddock. My wife's Marie.
Nelson Burke, 1C24. My wife, Marjorie.
Al Allen, E Company, 24th Marine. My wife, Peggy. William Grant, IC-24. My wife, Velda.
Melvin Ritt, Big Fork, Minnesota, C Company, 24. C Company, Big Fork, Minnesota. My wife, Kathleen.
Well, you got to tell him. Tell name.
Name you can't.
Rank and name. Name? Molly's 4K14.
Give me your name one more time.
Fred Town, Easy Company, 25th Marine.
Paul Schwartz, Easy Company, 25th Marines, BAR man.
Ollie Waldron, E Company, 25th Marines.
Clarence Douglas, Easy Company, 25th Marines.
Johnny Rivera, Easy Company, #1 barman.
The light is on.
I got to feel there's no way in the world I can remove my Social Security as much as I use it.
Patty and Jack is missing at the moment.
Joseph Kraszewski, 1CD24.
I'm his wife, Martha.
Dave Miller, 1C24.
Joe Miller, Milltown, New Jersey. Okay, to your right.
Brian Mary, 1C25.
Danny Collins, 1C24.
Marine.
You're supposed to tell who you are and what company.
Brigadier General Joseph J. McCarthy, the famous Company G, 2nd Battalion, 24th Marines, the 4th Marine Division that took Iwo Jima. Major Douglas Thomas Jacobson, 3rd Battalion, L Company, 23rd Marines. I'm Captain Frank Blanchard, honorary president, and I was the division chemical officer, but also in General McCarthy's company on Iwo Jima.
Carl Dearborn, EFC, 2nd Battalion, F Company, 25th, and we took Iwo.
D Company, 1st Battalion, 24th Regiment.
Lawrence Barrow, B Company, 1st Battalion, 24th Marines.
Sam Lelis, Headquarters Company, 2nd Battalion, 24th.
Sullivan, name and company.
Sullivan, Headquarters 4th Service Battalion.
Gabriel, Headquarters Battalion.
Armstrong, 1B24.
Ruby check, 1D24.
Hinderlighter, 1st Jasco, 123. Redding, 1B24. Joe Quello.
Name and company.
1C14, Chris Cootis.
Name and
1D24, Pat Reynolds. How about my wife?
Name and company.
Go back, 1D24.
Name and company.
Motor Transport, Headquarters Company, Willie Peterson.
Sports Signal Company.
Name and company.
Ray E. Goddard, 14. Battalion.
Ed Lislick, 1st Jasco.
I didn't give him my name. What's your name?
Lou Shanty, H&S 14.
Oh, 1A14, Manuel Allen.
1A14 and 5014, John Grace.
George Fanzo, 1A14. 1A14.
Name.
Ralph Hergenroder.
Howard Harry, 1A14.
Name and company.
Name and company, Charlie Bateman. 3rd Battalion, Headquarters Company, 23rd Marines.
William Crum, H&S 23rd. Art Carolyn, 1B 25th Marines. Walt Janczak, 1B 25. Conrad Hatt, 3I 23.
Name and company.
Name and company, Jimmy.
3I 23.
What's your name?
Jimmy Brown.
Merlin Akins, H&S.
Selma Akins, H&S.
Raleigh Alexander, 1H&S 14.
Roger Bebo, Regimental H&S 14.
Name and company.
name, Walter Berry.
Name and company.
Oh, 3I 23. 3I 23, Ed Carpenter. 3I 23, Charles Gioni Jr.
Dan Evans, 3I-23.
Company B, Motor
Name.
Transport Battalion.
Name.
Charles Marganello. John Party, the 1st Jasco. Ed Luther, Ref Company, 24 Marines.
Frank Sikorsky, 2G25.
Name and company. Give me your name and company.
Renna, 1D24.
What's your name?
Elaine Renner.
What do you want?
Name and company.
Milton Hankins. I'm one of the hosts.
No, 14th.
14th Marines.
Thank you.
Having a ball. Kenny Mott, Charlie Battery, C Battery, 1st Battalion, 14th Marines, my wife Jean.
What's your name?
Kenny Mott.
Joe Engler, 25th Regiment, Weapons 25th, and wife Betty.
My wife Mary, Jack Pratt, New Brighton, Pennsylvania. Easy Battery, 2nd Battalion.
John Bukowski, my wife Therese, and I'm saying thanks again.
Read what I'm going to read. And you can read along with me because I'm not going to read it. I want you to go ahead and look at it right now so you know all about the general when he comes up here. It is my great honor and privilege to present to you our keynote speaker this evening, Lieutenant General Lawrence F. Snowden, retired. Please give him a nice hand. Well, I wish that each of you in this room could have the privilege of standing where I'm standing at this moment. It's absolutely overwhelming to look at the attendance of this banquet tonight for this association reunion. And it just drives home again the tremendous spirit of this association and the camaraderie that exists between all of us and how great it is to see such a wonderful turnout at this reunion in St. Louis. I am, first of all, most appreciative of the opportunity to represent the Commandant of the Marine Corps here at this reunion. I talked with General Gray earlier this week. He asked me to convey to all of you his very best personal regards and his best wishes for a happy reunion in St. Louis. He's also asked me to call him next week and tell him what I thought about the reunion and how things went. And I'm going to tell him it went well, that the reunion proved again that the 4th Marine Division Association is not only alive and well, but it's growing, and it's only going to get better in the future, because that's what we saw this morning at our meeting. Now, representing the Commandant of the Marine Corps, I inherited the title, I think, as your guest of honor at the reunion. But let me tell you, my real honor comes from the fact that I served with the 4th Marine Division from its inception until after Iwo Jima. And at that time, I, along with a number of other captains and majors at that time, were ordered to the 3rd Marine Division on Guam to get ready to land on mainland Japan. And it was there that I was reminded when I was here that I had said as I was departing, the 3rd Battalion, 23rd Marines, here today and Guam tomorrow. And in fact, that's what it was. But I'll tell you that all of us who served with the 4th Marine Division during its combat operations in World War II are justified in feeling honored. It was a unique Marine division in several ways. And I think as time passes, all of us take even increasing personal pride in the fact that we served with the division and for the shared experiences that have made us a very special kind of bands of brothers in the Marine Corps. This division association continues to be unique in a special way that it's handled its scholarship fund, and we reviewed that this morning at the meeting, and its complete dedication to the World War II breed of Marine. And I think that's a tremendous tribute to what this association has been and what it's going to continue to be in the future. And this Marine reunion here has shown again that the wives and families who supported all of us when we were so involved with the Corps are still supporting us. Because as I look around this room tonight and see all the lovely ladies and family members who are here, just makes me say again how much we appreciate what you've done for us in the past and what you continue to do for us in our Marine Association activities, and I thank you for that. This has been a great reunion. We expressed our appreciation this morning to the guys in St. Louis and their gals who have done so much for us. But how good it is to be here with people with whom I served, telling again, stretching them a little maybe, but telling again the stories about the work, the hard work, the fun, the bad times and the good times, and remembering the very special Marines who gave their lives while serving with us in the division. I joined the 3rd Battalion, 23rd Marines in K Company at that time, when the regiment was still a part of the 3rd Marine Division at Camp Lejeune. And I'd just been there a few weeks as a platoon leader when I was told that I must divide my platoon into 2 parts, make 2 lists, equal. That's hard to do with people, but 2 equal lists of Marines in my platoon. And keep my name off. The company commander would decide which list I went to, so be careful how you make out your list. The company commander would decide where I would go. And shortly afterward, we found out what was going to happen. 1 list would stay as the 23rd Marines. The other list became the 25th Marines. And soon after that, all of us were en route to the West Coast to Camp Pendleton and the activation of the 4th Marine Division. And some of you will surely remember that when we arrived at Camp Pendleton, having taken over the Rancho Margarita, the maps of that area were pretty poor. And the first time the battalion went to the boonies for a battalion in defense exercise, and we were going to lay in a final protective line with machine guns. And we went to the boonies, and on that particular day, I was the acting company commander for K Company. And when the battalion commander called us together to give us the defense order, he said, "I want K Company to occupy this position." And I looked at the map he was holding, and his thumb was in San Diego, and his little finger was in San Clemente. Well, at Pendleton, we took in a lot of new Marines to fill up the TO strength. We spent a lot of time on small boats, on LCIs, and if you remember them, LSTs. That is when we went out fighting grass fires, started by rifle bullets in the live firing exercises at Camp Pendleton. And while we were there, getting ready to go overseas, other Marines were at Tarawa, where Colonel Shoup then, who later became our commandant, received the Medal of Honor, where our own regimental executive officer, Colonel Claude, was killed by a sniper there as an observer, whose task it was to come home to us and tell us the lessons learned at Tarawa so we would not make those same mistakes when we went to a landing operation. But those events made it pretty clear to all of us that our turn was coming. And certainly in early January 1944, we became the first United States division that would stage and sail directly from the continental United States directly into combat, as we did in the Marshall Islands. It was also the first time in World War II that enemy territory was to be captured and then used against the enemy, as it was in Roy and Namur. And in the Roy and Namur operation in the Marshalls, this 4th Marine Division gained maturity, battlefield maturity. And it opened its list of heroes, some who died and some who lived. But that list has been long extended since that time. Now that combat experience in the Marshalls not only gave the division maturity, but provided the several combat experiences that have bound together the men of the 4th Marine Division into this association in a way that endures even now in 1990 and is going to continue to bind us together for a long time. The operations on Saipan and Tinian and Iwo added other bonds of adversity. But those bonds of brotherhood were made stronger by the long hours we spent at sea. And good God, the long hours we spent on LSTs going to Iwo, I thought would never end. But the training exercise we did at shore and at sea, the competitive sports programs we had when we were at Maui, the beer busts, the limited liberty in the gay big cities of Wailuku and others on Maui. And then we all had a shared and mutually deep concern for our lost friends, those that had already paid the sacrifice of serving their country. But you know, the closest friendships are built by people who share adversity. You can have a lot of party times with friends, and they're friends, but when you share adversity with friends, they are becoming, and they are thereafter, close friends. And the Lord knows that the 4th Marine Division shared a lot of adversity. Well, our strong friendships amongst Marines were not only with other Marines. We had that great bunch of guys we called corpsmen and doc. We had those greater guys that we called chaplains, who had the courage to, in close combat relationship, to put their white robes over their utilities and canvas leggings to hold mass or service, using an altar from water cans stacked up, because they knew that all of us needed a spiritual lift. And who knows how many Christians were born in foxholes? A lot. And we needed that spiritual strength, and they were there. And then we had those other guys called Seabees, who provided tremendous combat support to us. And when not in combat, they cleared the rough land so we could have softball fields and basketball courts. And occasionally, I knew them to use a cherry picker to reach over a fence into a Navy compound and pick up a Jeep and bring it outside for Marine use. Great guys, those fellows. As a matter of fact, those of us in Fox Company, 2nd Battalion, 23rd, when we were on the way to Iwo Jima aboard an LST, we had a platoon of Army armored LVTs with their 37mm guns aboard to lead us ashore. And we found out that there were some good guys around besides the Marines, because they were great fellows and we appreciated them and what they did for us. But you know, those of us in the 4th Division had some unique experiences that modern day Marines will never be able to share. Could any of us forget those cans of bacon from Dubuque that we cooked on the back of a shovel? In the Marine Corps today, our young Marines, and I'm glad that they do, have helmets that are made of stuff that's stronger than steel. But you know what they can't do? They can't share their rations and cook a stew in anybody's helmet. And they don't have the opportunity either to have that dull old chocolate ration bar that tasted like the bark on a tree but kept you going for 24 hours when there was nothing else available. And they will never have that unique experience. Oh, we grumbled then, but we know now how privileged we were to have that experience. Now, the Battle of Iwo Jima, of course, was the most famous in the 4th Marine Division history. And I think we heard it stated today that historians really don't take an interest in items until about 50 years or so after they happen. And the significance of Iwo Jima in World War II is just now beginning to come to the real attention of historians, and more people are writing more and more books. And a lot has yet to be said about Iwo Jima and its importance in American history. But that came at a tremendous cost in the loss of Marine lives, and those who were wounded, and many who bear those scars even today. And probably the most quoted statement about Iwo Jima was that one attributed to Admiral Chester Nimitz, when he said, "Uncommon valor was the common virtue on Iwo." To the ground-pounding Marines and to those tankers who we saw the backs of their heads on Iwo, there are some other words that I think may describe Iwo Jima even better. And those words are in our own 4th Marine Division history book. Our book quotes Lieutenant Jim Lucas, who wrote in part, and I quote him, "It takes courage to crawl 100 yards a day, and get up in the next morning and count your losses and do it again. But it's the only way it could have been done." And you were there, and you know he was right. Well, after the Iwo Jima operation, Navy Secretary James Forrestal was aboard one of the ships offshore. And he is reported as saying, and I quote him, "If there had been any question whether there would be a Marine Corps after the war, the battle at Iwo Jima would assure there will always be a Marine Corps." Well, all of us would like to believe that the Secretary was correct. But let me tell you, at this point, June 1990, as we take a look at what has happened in recent months in Eastern Europe, as we hear the dreamers in Washington talk about total peace being here forever, as we hear the wails and cries of the budget cutters in Washington, D.C., it's clear to me that in the years that are just ahead of us now, the Marine Corps once again is going to be fighting for its existence. And it is not safe to believe that the Marine Corps will be protected by the legislative provisions of the National Security Act of 1947. Congress passes laws and Congress changes laws. So don't take any comfort in what you believe is legislative protection for the Corps. Now, in recent months, we have seen the Berlin Wall come down. We have seen the Iron Curtain reduced virtually to a scrap heap. And we've seen disruptions in the Warsaw Pact arrangements in the countries under the Soviet Empire. And in the view of many Americans, the Cold War is all over. And now that big Soviet bear is our good friend. But the Soviet bear wants a lot of help from us, economically and other ways. And my own view is that the changing situation in the Soviet Union is a direct result of economic failure of communism and not because of complete abandonment of communist ideology. And we better continue to think about that. At this point in time, I cannot forget that the Soviet Union still has an awesome nuclear capability. It still has an overwhelming, very modern submarine fleet, and it still numbers us several times in ground forces. Now, having spent almost 38 years in the Corps, I still concern myself with the capabilities of potential adversaries of our country. And at this moment, I remain skeptical of good intentions expressed by leaders who are vulnerable to quick change in unstable political environments. Like all of you, I want to see a peace dividend. I want to see a world that's free from the constant threat of war. The program notes that my son is a colonel in the Marine Corps. I don't want him to go to war. He did it in Vietnam, but I don't want him to go again. I've got 12 grandchildren. I got one great-grandson. I don't want him to go to war either. But let me tell you that we can't promise security to our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren if we let some of the events that are taking place in Washington overwhelm us and disrobe what we have enjoyed as strength for our national security. Now, certainly, I know we can make reductions in our defense budget fair between the service chiefs and the JCS arena. I was privileged to serve as the Marine Corps Op-Dep in that arena for 2 years, and you just won't see it there. But I think you're going to see a tremendous amount of fight on Capitol Hill. And each of the services is going to be going to its favorite senators and congressmen, looking for support for what it wants in its organization for the future. And the Marine Corps has got to do that in great numbers. Ray has spelled out to the Congress that the Corps has modernized, it's ready to carry out its missions in the 21st century. He has assured the Congress that the Corps, which only gets 5% of the defense budget, can contribute whatever is required of it and more. And he also points out that each Marine cost $3,000 per year less than each soldier sailor in airmen. Now, you've already heard nothing's too good for the troops, and that's what the troops get. Well, the Corps is going to continue to live on the lean side of the ledger, because that's what America expects from the Corps. And we're going to continue to do that to give the Americans what they expect from their Corps. Now, in the Congress, the budget cutters are already running rampant, and some of the things I hear from my friends there, claiming that total peace is here. The Marine Corps is going to need the grassroots support of the American people, as it did in 1947, to convince the Congress that they, the American people, want the kind of Marine Corps they have always had department, and pay particular attention to what's happening, they say will happen to the Marine Corps. But then you must let your local officials and your Washington representatives in Congress know how you feel about our national security. You must let them know how much you believe the Marine Corps contributes to our national security. And with your continuing support, with the same dedication you've shown since 1940s, we will ensure that America will continue to have the same dedicated Marine Corps that has served this country so well since 1775. Yesterday afternoon, Carl Dearborn said to me he couldn't imagine how it would feel to have served with this group of Marines in combat, and now many years later to come back as a general officer and guest of honor at this kind of reunion. And he said, "General, how do you feel about that?" And Carl, I've thought about it a lot since yesterday afternoon, and I don't have an answer that I can give you. I do know how special this reunion is to me, and I never thought it would occur. I know how precious it is in here to me, but I don't have the right kinds of words in which I can explain to all of you from this podium how much it means to me to be called one of your own from this 4th Marine Division Association. I've been honored to be the representative of the Commandant. He's a great guy. I've known him since he was a young captain. If I'd known he was going to go by me with the speed of light, I'd have done something to stamp him out. But I love him. He's a great guy, and he's doing a good job for the Corps in Washington, D.C., I can tell you that. But while it's been my honor to represent the Commandant here at this reunion, it's been a much greater honor for me to be recognized as one of your own, because my service with the 4th Marine Division will continue to be the most memorable of my years with the Marine Corps. And I thank you for the wonderful opportunity you've given me to be with you in St. Louis. Thank you again.
Thank you, General. I couldn't have said it better. And I want you to know, for anybody's information, that General Gray is not my aunt, uncle, or what have you. But when he was out to the last Toys for Tot, I got a chance to put my arm around him and I say, you take care of the East Coast and I'll take care of the West Coast. It was all right until the aide jumped up in the air and says, you can't do that with the Commandant. I said, I just did. So we're in good shape from now on. We come to a part of the program which is very inspiring as much as the general speech. The change of command. I'd like to have our first Vice President, Mr. John Stone, and our President, Don Ellis, come to the center.
On a chair, Don.
I'm honored to bestow the past president's pin upon our good man, Don Ellis. Will Jack Schiff please come to the podium? Jack, I wish I had shined it up, but I'd like to introduce Jack as your new first vice commander, Jack Schiff.
Be careful, I'm very tender. Thank you for a job well done.
Thank you. And a small response to the excellent presentation that the General just finished for us. We are presenting him with a small memento, which we hope will disturb the color scheme of his wall, his den, and his home. The least we could very least we could do.
Thank you.
Thank you. The second presentation will take just a moment, and we'll correct in some small part one of the egg in my face operations that I pulled this morning. It has to do with the Iwo Jima gavel, which I have rethought, and remember the bylaws on, and policy and procedure, and I'm awarding the Iwo Jima gavel for 1990 to Chapter 26, the Carolinas chapter, and I would like to see Bill Overman if he's available. Bill, would you come up and get this? Is Bill Overman here?
To your left, Don.
Oh yeah, I see him over there. I owe you people an apology. I did stub my toe rather badly a couple of times this morning. But I don't think I have ever before addressed a group the size of this one, and a couple of things simply escaped me. I appreciate your patience with me and your help and support over the last year or two, of course. On behalf of the association, we award to Billy Overman and the good people who back him up in Chapter 26, Carolinas chapter, the Iwo Jima Gavel Award for 1990.
The people in Chapter 26 stand up, because you're the ones that's got it. You're responsible for it.
This evening is that of the United States Marine Corps gold inlaid K-bar knife serial 004 for the Fort Mardev and display case given to the association by the American Heritage Foundation. It will be awarded annually in much the same manner as the Iwo Jima Gavel, except that the K-bar knife will be a one-year custodial award to an individual Marine and will be known as the Mr. 4th Marine Division Award. Your next newsletter will carry details as to how we propose that future annual recipients be chosen, but the basis will be, very simply, lifetime service to our association. It is the greatest pleasure of my year as president of the 4th Marine Division Association to make this first Mr. 4th Marine Division Award to a former national president, longtime treasurer, and unquestioned association mainstay for all of his life. First Sergeant Herbert B. Newman, United States Marine Corps, retires.
I'm normally not lost for words, as you all know, but I am right now. Thank you so much.
I thank you for the honor of my year as president of this great combat-bred 4th Marine Division Association for the help and support that so many of you have generously given me. Among that group, I feel it essential to mention only one man, Colonel Wilson L. Cook, past national president, recently deceased. His wise and thoughtful counsel were invaluable and will be sorely missed within our organization. Each and every one of you, as our hymn states, is proud to bear the title of United States Marine. In leaving this position with which you have so honored me, I ask of you only one thing. Keep always in mind the high cost of the title, Marine, that you will bear throughout your life. Not alone the cost that you paid, and you all did, but the price that was paid for you by many in that long line of good Marines extending back in time some 200 years. While it is true that all of us gave some gave all. We must never forget that. Again, I thank you deeply for this honor, which now belongs, and rightfully, to your 6-year executive secretary and your new president, John A. Stone. I know, of course, that you will give him your full support. To all the fine men in my old E Company 2nd Battalion, 25th, and to all of you good Marines assembled here tonight, I salute you and wish you well. Separate file.
We are now nearing the end of our evening of presentation. Color guard. Edge, put. Forward, part. When you get ready. Right now. General, you take over and retire the colors.
My fellow Marines and friends, will you please stand? We will now retire the colors of our country that we all love so dearly. Sergeant, retire the colors.
Present. Ready, 2. Ready, go. Present. 3, 2. Oh.
Will you kindly place your right hand over your heart?
Ready, big. Here, ready, go. Hey, Nancy. Pump. Hold up. Pump. Come to March. March. Color guard. Forward. Hook.
Please remain standing for the playing of the hymn. Tonight we're going to play it according to the opera. Very slow and very quiet. And let the hair on the back of your neck stand straight up. Then there'll be a roll off, and we will sing the Marine Corps hymn like it should be. Maestro? Hear you sing it now.
time for the benediction in just a moment. We hope to see many of you at the services here at 0900 in the morning, and we just rejoice that we can be together. May we bow for the benediction. Father, as we have reflected upon the past and our part in it and the significance of it, and as we evaluate the present, the opportunities that are ours around the world to confront the situation as it exists, help us to project into the future the type of lives that will be significant in bringing peace to our world. In the Master's name we pray. Amen. Amen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's dance. Maestro, let's hear it.
Get a song, Jim. What a handsome group.
I appreciate you coming up here with us and making all these films. And you've made a lot of friends here. And we want to welcome you again next year in Minneapolis. That's a long way from the house, isn't it? We have really enjoyed our visit here, seeing our old friends, renewing our love with each other. We really have had a good time.
Give me your name again, name. Name and company. Name and company.
I was Charlie Company, 1st Battalion, 24th Marines, 4th Marine Division.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sparrow, 1C14.
Jim Lametta, 1C14. Big Baird, 1C14.
Do it again. Louder. Stand. Do it again louder. 10 plus Special Weapons, 23rd.
High Company, 23rd Marines, 3rd Battalion. Frank Hospodar, Headquarters Company, 3rd Battalion, 23rd. Amen. Tom Gillette, 2F14 Battalion.
James Lucky, 2 HQ, 23, 4th Division.
How do you like our ring your name again?
Heafy, Joe Heafy.
Patrick Conroy, 3L23. My wife, Muriel.
Oh, yes. Opus number 1 by Connie Arce. Ain't bad shape. Now looking realistic. Well, I tell we were. Here's a little Rothstein for y'all. Hey, if you like the band, how about a nice big hand for Fabian and Rose Echo out there somewhere? Thank you so much. Got any requests? Send them up. We'll do it. Now, there's free beer over in the corner, in the back corner, compliments of the hotel. Free beer in the corner over there, compliments of the hotel.
Home in the morning, children. Don't worry about it. Who are those gorgeous children?
12.
Hi, I'm Tony Cianci, Company G, 2nd Battalion, 23rd Marine. Having a good time.
My name is George Kindler, guest of Tony Cianci. Hi there, Company G.
Name and company. Name. 2nd Battalion, 23rd Marine. Rick. Give me your name.
Mary Cianci.
I'm A.J. Solana. Having a good time.
Do it again. Do it again. First take.
Pennsylvania.
Earl Alexander, L Company, 24th Marines. George Bassing, L Company, 24th Marines.
Well, it had to be you. Wonderful you. It had to be you.
Wilson Baker, E Company, 2nd Battalion, 24th Regiment. My wife, Hank.
Hi there. Hi, Jim.
Okay, I'm Okie from C Company, 23rd Marine. He's my wife, Tina.
Hi.
I'm Russell Price, Concord, Pennsylvania. I'm C-23, this is Marine.
Company 2H, headquarters, 23rd.
Harris Reed, 2H, 23. Lou Bassett, 2H, 23. Jimmy Radley, B Company, 4th Engineer Battalion. Look, Nancy, Recon Company. Don't worry, Recon Company. Ensign with Recon Company. Frank McClenny, Recon Company, headquarters battalion.
We got sitting in with us over here one of your own Marines, Mr. Elmer R. Rohde, headquarters 2nd Battalion, 24th Marines from Milwaukee. How about that? Step around the home, New York, New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. There's Mr. Big Bill Grimley on the sweet company here.
This is K Company, 3K23. Here's our commanding officer, Colonel Wagner. All the people here, all K Company. This is the fighting force.
And I was a drill sergeant that fought all these guys. I was a 3K25. These are all my boots. Nothing has to be said.
That's right. If you ever want to meet him, he can walk the water.
And here's the 3K23. We're going to be together in the bush in August 1990.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Joe.
Boy, now.
Two G 25. Yeah. Which come and get me?
Watching plenty of camera.
Bye, St. Louis.
How are you this
Don't we forget. Bill Connor.
Tomorrow morning's as good as this morning. Tomorrow morning will be good morning. Good morning. Good morning. That's right. That's right. You ever hear that joke? Yes, I did. Thank God it's over. We'll see you. Thanks.
I've learned a few things, just a very few. But I'm a willing learner, so teach me something new. But you've got to show me, because I'm from old Mizzou. So this is the show me thing. Thank you. We're just delighted to be back. We'll go this afternoon to visit my sister up in Hannibal. So we're just delighted to be back in Missouri. Enjoyed so much the fellowship here. They've asked us to have a talent show again in Minnesota next week. We can schedule it and rehearse and put it together. So I've been to Holy Land 7 times and now to the Philippines 7 times. We usually preach in the Philippines and then in Hawaii and California.